In 10 years, we grew Directive from a Fiverr page and a bunch of $200 a month local SEO clients to a $20 million plus AR agency. And I want to give you all today 7 of the hardest lessons I learned that hopefully you won't have to learn yourself by just learning from my, let's not say stupidity, but some of those mistakes, some of the things I wish I would have done better. So first was you can scale too fast. And I know you'd think, okay, I just want to grow, I can grow. See, what happened to me was we got our headcount to about 65 plus people. We were closing big deals. Well, actually, we weren't closing big deals. We were closing deals. We were hiring a lot. We were growing. Revenue was growing. And all of a sudden, we had a cash crunch. A couple clients didn't pay their AR. Invoices were piling up. And I remember flying back. I was just spoke at a conference in Ireland. And I was like having a panic attack because I was like, I don't know if we're going to be able to cover payroll. And it happened out of nowhere. Like, big success. I'm speaking at one of my first global events. I'm all proud of myself. And I forgot some of these hidden costs. And I hadn't raised my rates. And some of those hidden costs are like middle management, operational admin. Totally blindsided me. And so I came up with a rule from then on, which is once my sales org is closing 40% of their pitches. So when we give a proposal, like a presentation, a custom audit, and directly to a client, like a real pitch, the second we start closing more than 40% of those for any of our service lines, I got to raise rates. And by doing that, I've been able to avoid the problem ever since. You always got to pay attention to this. I never think I'm too good for that. Number 2, commitments are really important. People who break commitments don't work out. And what I mean by that is, and commitments aren't like, oh, someone said they were going to do something and something came up. I'm talking people who ghost their commitments. Where it's like, yeah, I'll get that to you on Tuesday. And then you're following up with them like Thursday. Like, hey, where's that thing you said you were going to get to me on Tuesday? When they don't keep their commitments, that's a warning sign to you that you have to take serious. You should directly speak with them and be really cognizant that this could be a problem. Fire clients that yell. Number 3, fire clients that yell. Look, clients can get upset, and they might be truly upset with you, and it could be your fault. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking clients that consistently berate, belittle, demean your team almost for the sport of it. Like, that's how they like to manage their agency. We had a client, I remember this, they're an adoption network. They're paying us $15,000 a month. I think my next nearest client was paying like $2,000 a month. And he was the worst. I mean, he wanted like certain races, like ethnic races, to fill out the form because their babies were worth more. I mean, I'm talking weird, horrible crap. I chose to fire him. I stood up for our values. We survived, and I'm really glad I did. And that was one of the harder decisions I had to make. But don't ever sacrifice your values for the money. You'll lose your soul. It's not worth it. Number 4, you can't fake your positioning. I really wanted to be enterprise. This is probably back like 2018, I'd say, probably 2017, 2018. I want to be enterprise. I want to work with bigger accounts. I was tired of the SMBs. I'm like, I need bigger challenges. I want to do the sexy work. I want to be able, someone asks like, oh, who are your clients? I wanted to be able to say the name of a company they'd heard of before. But that's not how enterprise works. I still couldn't, just because I said I was an enterprise agency and I was the best agency for enterprise companies, and it didn't work because it wasn't real. I didn't have the logos. I didn't have the stories. I didn't have the experience. And the right customers could tell because they're the right customers for a reason, and they get to work with the best. And I wasn't the best at the time. And so doesn't mean you shouldn't kill your desire to go from SMB to enterprise, but don't negate the mid-market. The mid-market is more than just a stepping stone. It can be the bread and butter of your P&L, and you have to earn your way to the top. Number 5, never stop asking for help. Seems obvious, but every time I've kind of got stuck in my career, I got like so focused in my execution, so focused in my day-to-day, so focused on what I was doing that I stopped asking questions of others all the time. And here's the thing, honest to God, as you get bigger, okay, it gets harder to find people that are ahead of you. And I'm not giving that as an excuse to myself. It just means that you have to be that much more proactive and purposeful in seeking out help and building relationships. Because there's always someone ahead of you. There's always someone to learn from. There's always someone to get better from. Don't stop asking. Don't stop making that phone call. Don't stop asking for that mentorship and that advice, even paying for it when needed. It's totally worth it. 6, my temperature is the agency's temperature. So this one seems obvious, but I don't know. For whatever reason, we forget it. And we're like, why is everybody so anxious? And it's like, well, you're anxious. Why is everyone so stressed? Like, well, you're stressed. And there's also a positive side of it. Like, why is everyone working so hard? It's like, well, I'm working that hard. Why is everyone so intense? Well, I'm that intense, right? Like, there's a double-edged sword to your temperature and to your energy and to your leadership style. Just make sure you stay self-aware of that negative edge. And then 7, don't get out of the way. The dumbest, worst, most horrible advice in the agency world and in business in general is that hire smart people and get out of their way. Wrong. No. Hire smart people. Create clear goals. Build strong visibility systems. Build a strong communication cadence. Set clear expectations. And manage them purposefully. Be involved. Be a part of it. Celebrate success. Hold them accountable in those hard moments. Never shy away from a hard conversation, right? And so here's the big takeaway. There's no rules in business. There's no such thing as universally good advice. Challenge everything. Stay open-minded. Do your best every single moment of every day. Never skimp on quality control. Stay close to the work. Keep looking, right? People do what you inspect, not what you expect. And just keep pushing and building. And so hopefully that helps. These are my 7 lessons from going from Fiverr, bootstrapping all the way to over 20 million in ARR. And just keep staying humble, keep building, and hopefully this helps. So thanks.